What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. In this video, we're going to go over new words from the White House about the $1,200 checks, when we may see them coming, and also some brand new information about the $2,000 per month stimulus checks and why now the chances of receiving that are a lot higher towards the end of the year. But first, if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check update videos. My wife and I do hours of research every single day to bring you guys the newest information about the stimulus check and unemployment extension news as it comes out. Also, if you can, hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out our channel. All right, the first question I want to address is, will the next stimulus check be taxable? I have gotten a lot of questions from you guys over the weeks about if the stimulus check will be taxable, and we're going to talk about how unemployment, if it's taxable also. As you can see here, the first round of checks, stimulus checks, were technically a rebate based on your latest filings with the IRS. You do not owe taxes on the money, and you will not be required to pay anything back. Even better, the IRS may give you more money next year if it finds you were underpaid, according to tax expert Lisa Green Lewis. If you receive too much of a rebate check, you won't have to pay anything back. If you receive too little, you will get more back in the form of a tax credit. Underpayments most likely resulted from not getting credit for all of your dependents from the first stimulus check. Now, for the second stimulus check that is being negotiated on right now, that will most likely be $1,200 and will also include a check for all dependents, it is most likely it will be the same exact thing as the first stimulus check, which means you won't have to pay taxes on it because it's technically a tax rebate. Now, the unemployment extension that was just passed by presidential executive order by President Trump at $400 per week, that is taxable money because that's counted as income. So that $400 per week for unemployed people, the bonus money, is taxable as well as the unemployment from your state, because they basically just consider it your income or your income for the week or for the month, and normal income is taxable. Also, we have some new important news about the second stimulus check directly from the White House from Vice President Mike Pence. The Vice President said that they still very much want to get a direct stimulus check sent out to the people. Now, this is different than unemployment that was passed and the payroll tax cut, and also the tax cut they're talking about for lower and middle income. They're talking about a direct stimulus check that is most likely going to be $1,200. The vice president said that he and President Donald Trump, aka also the Republicans, are still very much in favor of passing a $1,200 stimulus check to Americans. What they basically need to do is they need Congress, basically the House of Representatives and the Senate, the Democrats and the Republicans, to agree on another stimulus package to make this happen. On Friday, they had gotten the closest to agreement that they have yet, so they are still pretty close as they still try to come to a final agreement. The vice president also said that they are also in favor of more PPP stimulus money to people who own small businesses or side hustles, such as you drive for Uber, you're a real estate agent, or you sell products on Amazon. The vice president also said that he and the president are very much in favor of $100 billion money to go to schools, and that they're just waiting on a bill to be signed and agreed upon by Congress so that they can get $100 billion in money out to all the schools across the United States so that they have money to open up and to have online classes and, extra money for sanitizing and all sorts of stuff like that. $100 billion sounds like a lot of money, but when you spread that out between probably millions of schools, it's not really that much money anymore. But it is money that they need, so it's good to see that, and hopefully they can pass this and the next stimulus package soon. Dr. Fauci did say that he was in support of sending kids back to school just as early as a few days ago. but then slammed Georgia schools for reopening for disturbing crowding. And that there is the huge major problem is, how are you going to send all these kids back to school and cram 30 children in a small room in a classroom without crowding? So it's a very difficult situation whether to send kids back to school or not. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Are you guys sending your kids to school with school either already starting or starting up in the few weeks? Are you in support of kids going back to school or not? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Okay, now remember that $2,000 per month plan that was proposed by the Democrats, and the leader of that plan was Kamala Harris. You guys have told me through thousands and thousands of comments on my videos that the number one stimulus plan or stimulus package or stimulus check that you guys want is this $2,000 per month plan that has been tossed around several different times by Democrats. But the number one plan was the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act by Kamala Harris. Now, the problem is the Republicans weren't in favor of that. If the Republicans weren't there, then, for example, if the Democrats controlled the House or the presidency even, then they could possibly pass something like this because Democrats are the ones that have proposed this and are in favor of this. Well, the chances for this later on in the year just got a lot higher. And that is because presidential candidate for the Democrats, Joe Biden, has just announced that Senator Kamala Harris from California has been officially picked as his vice president running mate. So if the Democrats do win the election in November, Kamala Harris would become the vice president. Now, this is very important because Kamala Harris has proposed this $2,000 per month bill and student loan forgiveness, and she's spoken out about it multiple times. And just as recent as a few weeks ago, spoke out that this is the plan that America needs during this pandemic. Now, this plan would be till the pandemic ends. It wouldn't go on forever. And she says that it's basically needed during the pandemic, which is where millions and millions of Americans are struggling and in need much more than normal. We've had almost 60 million people unemployed throughout this pandemic, and we're still seeing about 1 million new cases of new unemployment claims, 1 million new people filing for unemployment every single week. So if Kamala Harris does become the vice president in November, this plan for $2,000 per month becomes a lot more likely. If they get elected, there would be a Democratic president and Kamala Harris as the vice president who has been pushing for this $2,000 per month plan. Also, the Democrats only need to win a few seats in the Senate, as little as 4 or 5 seats, and they would take control of the Senate. And if the Democrats have control of the Senate, control of the House, and control of the presidency, the likelihood for a $2,000 per month only during the pandemic, this wouldn't be forever, but those chances just got much higher, exceedingly higher. So let me know your thoughts down below. Are you in favor of a $2,000 per month check during this pandemic? Or do you think that's too much money to pay out for the government to be paying that to people during the pandemic? Let us know your thoughts down below. And make sure you've subscribed if you haven't yet, and hit the like button for me down below. Also, this top video is my newest stimulus check video. You can watch that next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon, and I teach people how to do this. So you guys can watch those videos next. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.